all you people who is on the line talking about the Sharon thing, man, call up. All y'all who was talking about it, call up.
See, you know what, L? That's not really fair because I don't have no leg to stand on right now. I didn't get a chance to see the battle.
No, brother Greg, we're not talking about the Tay-Rock battle. We talking about the comments that Sharon made.
Going towards Pat Stay. I did see those.
No. The racial comments. Hold on, let me. 1 second.
Whoa. You bring those up.
Trez, you on?
I'm here, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you loud and clear, homie. Loud and clear.
That's
What's
Troy
good with
Trez.
y'all, man? Yeah, man. What's up, Greg? How you doing, man?
What's good, man? You feel?
So we got so right now we got us three. We got us three on the line, man. So we can kind of chop it up, man, until we, a couple more people get in here. But I wanted to mention Keezer. He was posting in the group. He was posting in the group about comments that Sharon had made about certain league. Well, not certain league, but he's talking about Smack, and he's talking about how he said Smack is the black league, KOTD being the white league. And I'm not sure if that's, factual or not, because I don't have factual.
Okay.
But, I just wanted to get y'all take on it. Like, this is not the first time that we've heard this as far as KOTD is concerned or Smack is concerned. Like, there is a certain bias that, well, if you're going on KOTD, it's not really built for a street battle rapper, or if you want to put it in a race element, somebody who's black who's just going to be over there talking street, even though they have somebody like Head Ice that's always over there putting in work, Paz, Peanut, all them guys. But Smack is always a different type of atmosphere and a different feel. So you kind of get where somebody would say something like that, but still at the same time, if he did make those comments, that's still very reckless of him to say.
I mean, well, we got to look at it like this. Do we consider KOTD all right, let's go back 3 years ago and see the people that was bucking. 3 years ago, I say 2013. I wouldn't even say 14. 13, they had Daylight on there a lot, Rich Dollars, K-Shine, DNA, all these other people. So when you consider something all-white league or all-black league, are we talking about the performance that's on that stage or the crowd that they bring out? That should be the question. Because at the end of the day, Smack can bring somebody like Disaster out, but the majority of the crowd is still going to be black. You feel me? Like, if KOTD was to bring Loaded Lux out there, the majority of the crowd would be mixed or mainly white. You feel me? So is it to blame the leagues or blame who they attract? You feel what I'm saying? So how would you look at it from that perspective?
I don't know, man. It's to me, like, I like where you was going, where you said the crowd, but you could also say, okay, Smack is black. He's the league owner, basically. So it's a black-owned league. Organic is a white dude. It's a white-owned league. You know what I'm saying? You could spin it on that angle also, but at the same time, for the most part, I think he probably could have worded it better, but for the most part, that's what everybody really think anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Smack/URL is where the niggas, gun bars, all of that shit is at. And then KOTD is known for the goofy, corny white boy with the jokes. Like, that's what we say. You know what I'm saying? So when we say it, it's cool. But I think coming from Sharon, I think somebody want to just, want to gravitate to that and try to spin it in a different light, when in actuality, that's how the majority of us look at the shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? They just don't want it coming from him, I guess.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. We live in a world filled with stereotypes. So even if what he was saying was correct, we just don't want to hear. Well, certain people don't want to hear it from him. Now, where I think that he's very misdirected, well, okay, let's look at how many views somebody like Real Deal has garnered up on URL, or somebody like Snow. because we can't act like URL didn't give somebody that would be a protege or somebody that's coming up like Snow the opportunity. Because not only did he get a PG, not only did he get somebody that we would consider top tier as far as Real Deal, I mean, as far as universally, not URL, but as universally as a battle rapper, everybody would consider Real Deal a top tier. And he was on UFF.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I feel
if you look at it from a league perspective, as far as the battlers are concerned, you got to look at it like KOTD probably is a little more diverse than URL, because even though they use URL rappers, even though they use URL rappers.
Let me ask you this: why is KOTD so diverse?
You said why are they so diverse?
Why are they so diverse?
If you look at the percentage
to bring in viewership. That's why they bring in, because they don't bring in. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me say this: they don't bring in lower name battle rappers that are nice. You feel what I'm saying to KOTD? They bring up the top names. That's where this whole running and battling for checks thing came from, because other leagues was booking the top names. So the reason why they're more diverse is because they're going for marketability. Now, when you look at somebody, how many views somebody like Sharon would gather, or somebody like Disaster, Disaster T-Rex even get 1 million views yet? Or Real Deal, did he get 1 million views yet? So they're looking at it from a business perspective, because it was the Great White Hope that was to come out, and he was going on URL, because that's what they thought Jonah was at one point in time. They were sticking with him. It really didn't revolve around race. It revolved around business. So if it was a whole plethora of white rappers that was to come out and it was to all flood the URL, you think Smack would not battle them if they was bringing views in as well? So we got to look at this thing. It's a difference. It's a difference between racism and classism. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But check this out.
So hold on. One second. 587-500. Who this?
Come on, my nigga. Why you gotta do me like that? It's cool. What up, y'all?
Yeah, we gotta get the homies on the line.
Oh, that's my man Sosa. That's my man Sosa. Oh, yo.
No.
Take Greg. I was about to say, you feel they've been jumping.
What I was getting at as far as the diversity in the battlers, I'm not saying, I get where you was going. I wasn't going down that lane. What I was saying was, if you look at the actual breakdown as far as percentages of black people on KOTD and white people on URL, there's a larger discrepancy. Like we can go right down. We can go right now and we can name the prominent white rappers on URL over the last 5 years. You gonna say Real Deal, Snow, Mike P,
Solomon, what's Joe now? What's the other dude name that said nigga on stage? He was battling Millennial 100s. I forgot his name. This was years ago. I can name all of them, but that's what.
But just like I'm saying, like we can name them all without even really giving it a second thought. When you go over to the KOTD side, I know, like I said, they mostly getting dudes that are already known from URL and other leagues to come over there that are, you know what I'm saying, like I can't probably name all of their roster of you know what I'm saying, of the white rappers except for their quote unquote top tiers like the Sharons, Pat Stays, guys like that. But I'm just saying, as far as the diversity, as far as the mix of the races of the battle rappers themselves on KOTD, you see more mixes over there than you do at URL. Like I said, it's like one at a time for the white guys on URL, pretty much.
And I think the reason, and the main reason why, we just gotta be honest. The reason why it's like that is because you have to look at the demographic that's following the league. KOTD appeals to the suburban America. You know what I'm saying? The crowd is more so in that the suburbia. The upscale. They're more into the grind time, jokey, kind of stuff. They'll want to get some street stuff in there. So if they want some street stuff in there, they don't have to go and get Tay Rock or Surf. They got Big K for that. Like, we know what that
Right.
deal is. And URL, you're appearing to a street battle crowd. I mean, that's really what it is. Like, you're coming there to hear the gun bars. You're coming here to, to hear certain things like that, personals and all that kind of stuff. So that's why the demographic
Let me counter that real quick, because you said that KOTD attracts to a suburban area, right? You don't think that those suburban kids are watching URL as well, because they do have the most subscriptions.
No,
they do.
No. When I make the comment about who's watching what league, it's not to say that because I know KOTD fans watch URL. That's why they have the subscribers they do. What I'm saying is that KOTD, they couldn't throw a card in Boston or Canada featuring only street dudes. URL could go anywhere they want to.
No, they could.
And can get away with any card that they want to put out there.
So
KOTD could not do that.
Wait.
KOTD could not do that.
Hold on,
you can do it in LA. You can get away with it in LA.
Hold on, wait a minute. Whoa. Time out. Hold on. Because when he went to Boston, it was a lot of, in my opinion, street battles that went. Didn't Chilla Jones and Conceited battle each other?
Chilla Jones and Conceited is not a street battle, though. We gotta no. We gotta stop. Chilla Jones and Conceited. Time out. Chilla Jones and Conceited is not a street battle. You gotta stop.
That's not a. All right, so Ill Will and Big K.
That's a black battle. Not a
hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, watch
K.
this. Did Ill Will and Big K make? Wait, you gotta let me talk. Did Ill Will and Big K make their first huge appearance on a major platform on URL, which you consider a street league, and KOTD both had those people battle each other on their platform?
Yes, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're using an ISO timeout. No,
wait a minute. If the bunker was to throw the same card that they had with Tay Rock battling Rum Nitty, Clips battling Ill Will, Surf battling Briz, if they would have stole that card, you're telling me that they couldn't do it, couldn't pull it off? They couldn't pull it off?
Now time out. This is why I want you to hear me, because you didn't catch the last thing I said before you started trying to go in on me, so allow me to go ahead and say it again.
I wasn't going in on
They can go ahead and get away with that, throwing it at the bunker, because if you throw an event in L.A., it's going to be nothing but street niggas in there, because that's L.A. I said you couldn't get away with that in Canada, and you cannot get away with that to a point in Boston. Now, you can, but you cannot.
Okay, to a point.
My point of what I was saying is you're talking about a battle. That's good. We're talking about having 7 battles or 8 battles on a card, and not one of them has the jokey, kind of corny styles that those KOTD fans want. They're not sitting through an entire event like how a URL event is. That's not true.
That's not true.
There's a reason why KOTD books their battles the way they do, sir. There's a reason why they do that. If they could get away with doing what URL did, they would do what URL does, because they would want to have what URL has.
I'm gonna tell you why you can deflect that, because
let me do one quick thing. I'm gonna hang up. All right. Okay, let's talk about diversity. All right. Canada has more immigrants, black people, Afghanis, whatever you want to call it, than white people. Can you name me black Canadian rappers, battlers?
Chocolate.
All I know
that was like 20 years ago.
100 Bullets and Franchise.
That's what I was about to say. 100 Bullets.
100 Bullets and Franchise have recently. Franchise is on URL Blackout 4. When's the last time you seen 100 Bullets?
A while.
I don't know what. Was that on Legal Hard? I don't know. He battled Sting.
They fake the diversity. They ain't diverse at all. They only diverse in America. They ain't diverse out here.
Well,
my point I'm saying is that there's a reason why these leagues book it how they do. Like, okay, if you go RBE books a specific, you can see their style and how they book battles. It's very, very original. They have their own style when it comes to booking battles. URL, very original when it comes to how they book battles. KOTD has their own originality. They're not going to try to cross over. URL, because of its brand, its name, and the battlers' names, could go anywhere they want to. And because it says URL, they could get away with a card like that. KOTD is known for having majority grind time rappers and people who rap just like that grind time era was on their cards. That appeals to the people who are going to be buying their tickets.
I mean,
the people buying their tickets are not the same people buying URL ticket. It's different.
But we're talking about a racial demographic here. So the question I'm asking you is, if it was a white rapper that was to get on URL and was to become popular, URL would keep them. It's not about if he's white or black. It's about what they're going to bring to the table as far as URL. This is where business comes into play. Because
I agree with what you're saying, but that's not where this conversation was started at. This wasn't started about having somebody who, like Big K. Big K would be the perfect example. He could get on URL, and his lingo is the same as URL. It works perfectly. But you can't put everybody over there from KOTD on URL platform. That's why a lot of people like Mike P, Real Deal, Joe Knight, this is why they get pushed out, because they're fired, but they'd be way better suited on KOTD because their style and how they rap is better suited over there. Now, why is that?
But it wasn't. But the argument wasn't necessarily based around the living battlers that's on KOTD. We're just talking about demographics between white and black. That's where the whole conversation started from. With Sharon saying one league is black and one league is white. So when I brought up the white rapper,
allegedly,
he said, no, that's what he said. That's what we're going on, right? So if a dope white rapper was to come into URL, it was to be really dope. URL would keep him around. They're not looking at demographics from that perspective. They're looking at what's going to make them more money because they already tried to experiment out plenty of times. So that's what makes
I agree with I 100% agree with you, but there is a reason why 99.9% of the white rappers who have been on URL have never made it on URL. There is a reason. Big K is the only exception of somebody who could come back after being on there. A lot of them do not have that feel. That's all I'm saying. There's a reason why URL books what they book.
But let's think about all the black rappers that didn't have the URL feel. They got cut off as well. So it's not particularly about a race issue which Sharon was making it. That's what made his comment wrong. They're going to keep people that's going to garner them more attention to bring them more subscribers and more views. It doesn't matter if a nigga came from Mars and rapped on the URL stage. If that video gets them over 2 million or 3 million views, they're going to keep him around. Flat out.
I agree. I 100% agree with you on the business aspect. I do not disagree with you on the business aspect. I don't, because these leagues do not look at it as far as race. However, as much as they are about business, they are cognizant in some respects of the race element and understand that certain battlers and battles cannot happen on their platform because it is not that kind of feel. They are still cognizant of that, so they may not be putting that in their business practice all the time, but it is there.
But watch this. Watch me give you this alley-oop right here because I totally agree with you. Now, think about it. Who made 2-on-2 battling popular? Over in the West Coast, you had Thesaurus and Illmac. Even when Hollow was battling behind Project Builders doing 2-on-2, I go that far back. It was on DirecTV. I've been there. You feel what I'm saying?
Marvin Quest.
They took you feel what I'm saying?
And Marlo.
They took an idea with what you wouldn't consider URL-ish, but they brought it to their brand, so they understand. But if it was popular to the point where so that they could bring two Caucasians to battle another two Caucasians that everybody wanted to see, they would bring it to their platform. I don't think that they're prejudiced against white people. They're just looking at it from a business aspect. That's why Surf can Jersey 3 battles back to back and still get on URL. So when Sharon say that one thing is a white and black league, it is to a certain degree, but the higher ups are looking at it from a classism and a money monetizing situation. Because if Sharon garnered that much attention, and we were talking about his battle with him versus Suge, he'd have been back on there. If it had hit 1 million views in at least a month, he'd be back.
I was about to say, like, Sharon really only been on URL like once, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to have somebody like Disaster battle T-Rex and that battle don't have 4 million views, like DNA versus Disaster, he's not going to bring him back. You paid all this money to bring this guy out here.
I'm tripping on how Sharon got the Smack Killer moniker, but he really only battled on Smack once, really. I mean, he battled Smack rappers, but it's always on another.
It's because they're black, man, nigga. You know, like Mad Flex even put this out there. You know, it's because he's black.
Thank you. Talk that shit, social.
I get that. So, like, he battled Clips, that was on King of the Dot. He battled Rock, that was on UW. He battled B Magic, that was on UW, right? You know what I'm saying? He only battled one. Yeah. He only battled one URL rapper on URL. So I don't see how he can really. I mean, I'm not taking no wins away from him, but if you're gonna say you a Smack killer, I think you got to do it on Smack.
He didn't kill nobody on Smack, man. He lost to Suge, man. I don't care what none of y'all say.
Nah.
He lost
you can't listen. You listen. Time out. I could agree with somebody like, hey, I feel like he won. I'm like, okay, I could give you that. But when the battle rapper themselves says in an interview and then says in a battle that you lost to a person, at a certain point in time, I can't keep fighting for you. Like,
I think that's a good argument to
have. Suge in that battle was, like, I'll say it like this. Normally, I don't like going against certain people. Suge in that battle, if we're just talking about a battle rap sense, and Greg, you know what I'm talking about when I say that, but in a battle rap sense, in a battle rap sense, what Sharon was doing skill-wise and how his material was and how he was rebuttaling and things of that nature, in a battle rap sense, he won the battle. Now, if you're talking about the appearance and how it looked when you have somebody towering over you, making you drop your water bottle, bullying you, you know, doing them type of things, it's the look different. Like I always tell people, battle rap is 50% of your writtens, your pen, because you got to listen to it. But then it's also 50% of you watching it, your performance, you know, your hand gestures, you know, your aggression, you know, your delivery, all those kind of things. It's a 50-50 thing. And I feel like as far as what Sharon was doing, he had the better material. I feel Suge, just the visual, his performance may have been better. So if you wanted to call it debatable, I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it. But Suge has already said that he lost multiple times. So it's very hard for me to give him that battle.
I had Sharon, but it wasn't clear. It wasn't like it wasn't a bag, but I did have Sharon winning that battle.
Is it open to talk about? Is it open to talk about pretty much?
Yeah, it is open because it's one of those things that falls under the preference. Like if you like the street shit that Suge was talking, and the bullying and the physical nature of the pocket tap and all of that shit, then of course you're going to say Suge get all the shit I like to see Suge do. You know what I'm saying? But when you break it down bar for bar and, you know what I'm saying, and all of that other shit, it's like Sharon was a little bit better. It wasn't clear, but I still had Sharon beating Suge in that battle.
Correct. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch it. I'm actually going to watch it probably after we get up the line for real.
It is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying that to make you change your pick. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
If you felt Suge won, then hey, Suge won. I ain't really into all
I'm gonna tell you
trying to change the nigga mind type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I'm just telling you from
my point how I seen it, how I saw it.
Now, I want to touch on just real quick, because you brought up something that goes across the whole battle rap genre as far as fans and all that. Once they say that they hear a battle rapper say that they lost battle, that equally means that they lost this battle. I've been in disagreement with that since 2011. Trust me, you're going to kill me over these next two battles that I'm going to name. You're going to kill me over this. But I feel as though that the person that everybody perceived won lost this battle. The first one is Clips versus X Factor. I think X Factor actually beat Clips, and I think that Surf beat Clips. And everybody got them as two body bags. If you really want to watch those two battles and analyze them, word for word, ball for ball, I don't see how Clips won. Clips really doesn't say anything memorable to me, but the majority thinks that Clips smoked these two dudes.
Now,
go ahead.
Now, to go ahead and answer this real quick, because I had something I wanted to kind of discuss with y'all. No. Just I want to answer this real quick, because I do have something that I want to finish the show off with, and since I have both of y'all on, man, I really want to touch on it. But for this topic right here, I will give you, if you want to say bar for bar, now, Remember, in battle rap, bar for bar does not mean anything because you have battles like JC versus K-Shine where K-Shine performed his ass off and clearly has better performance, but K-Shine's pen demolished. It wasn't even a close competition in the pen category. Just the same thing like with Clips versus X Factor. I think if you want to say X Factor bar for bar was better than Clips, cool. But when you're performing for over 20 minutes, the visual looks way different than what you're saying. Same thing with the Surf versus Clips. Even the Cal versus Surf. I heard people talking about, oh, that's not a body bag, but when you watch it, you just look like, oh, that's Surf, man. That's a bad look for Surf, man. Surf was really that was horrible.
Surf was really saying some shit. Surf was saying some shit versus Calico.
After he choked for a minute and a half, yes, he did. But choking for a minute and a half, that makes your material kind of obsolete. So that's what I wanted to say to that because, like I said, bar for bar, I could agree because I'm a huge JC fan. I think JC is top 5 right now in battle rap. But people will never give him his proper respect because he doesn't perform the same way a Hitman, K-Shine, Tay Rock. He doesn't have that level of performance, but he does have performance. He's just not going to have his performance overshadow what he wrote. It's about what he wrote. That's how he is.
Trust me, if JC was 6'1" or 6'2", he would be put up there with the goats for real. You see this little, think about it, yo. When you see this little ass nigga, you feel what I'm saying? Talking about he gonna make a bus flip over a building. It sounds good, but you like, nigga, you look like the Ted Tamara little brother. You feel what I'm saying? Like, go do it.
That's a fact. But we all know in all of our hoods, we all know that person, littlest dude out there, but he put in the most work, and y'all know not to say nothing to him. So. That's why when people say that about JC, I be like, you can get away with it because he's just a pen game, quote-unquote, battler, but you can't say that about life in general. But I do feel where you're coming from with that.